So we finally have confirmation from Common himself that his relationship with Jennifer Hudson is going nowhere, the long way. Ever since JHud claimed playboy, commitment-phobic Common as her man, people have been up in arms warning her that this man is toxic and ain't up to no good. And now he has said straight up to her face that he is not gonna get on one knee and put a ring on it, and fans are begging her to get up and leave because she deserves better than to stick around for an inevitable doom.
With women, that's all I'm saying. He keeps you until he's done.
See, on the outside, Common looks like this type of man every woman wants to take home to their mama. He is undeniably talented with a real solid and well-respected career in entertainment. He's thoughtful and kind, very smart, loves his family, has a seemingly close and beautiful relationship with his daughter, and not to mention there's money in the bank. On top of that, he is fine, okay? Common has that je ne sais quoi about him. You know what I mean? But child, it seems like the more perfect a man look, the bigger red flag he is, and Common is a very bright one. All you gotta do is look at his dating history and how he left these women. Common has dated some of the top of the line, high class, successful, and beautiful women. I'm talking Angela Rye, Erykah Badu with the world famous Badu box, if you know what I mean, Serena Williams, Taraji P. Henson, and we can even throw Tiffany Haddish in there as well. These are some of the most powerful and independent women in the industry with their bag and career who know exactly what they want. These are the type of women that Common said are his ideal type, because in his own words, quote, "I love a woman that's just like going for hers, fulfilling her purpose and her dreams, and is committed to it. I support that. I love to have that in a relationship," end quote. And that's interesting because all of these relationships ended just when it started to look serious, and Common is the common denominator in all of them.
Chicago, she's a Chicago and this amazing human being. I've always been like inspired by her. She's one of the most beautiful people I ever met on the planet. Incredible heart. And she's just dope, man.
It's like, and Miss Jennifer knew all about this. She's no dummy, which is why she probably denied that they were together for such a long time whenever people asked about the nature of their friendship. And I'm not going to sit here and say that they don't make a good looking couple, because they do. And it's so heartwarming to see how sweet and pleasantly Common speaks about his love for Jennifer. That is true. But all Common ever does is talk, talk, talk. And now he's finally said the one thing that I'm sure Jennifer was hoping to not hear from him. When he showed up to the Breakfast Club doing his press run for the album Auditorium, Charlamagne did what he always does and threw some hard, personal questions at Common, and he had no choice but to answer. So Charlamagne asked about Jennifer Hudson and whether Common had any plans to finally settle down.
To all the women I've dated, you know, because it's all love, but this is a really healthy and beautiful relationship, bro. And like, I'm just doing my best to keep God first and communicating, taking all the stuff I've learned as a human being, the failures I've had in relationships on my responsibility. I'm taking that, learning from that, growing from it, using all the therapy, all the you know, understanding that, man, let me enjoy moments. And also this life is about but creating happiness and creating joy and creating love and like embracing the grace that exists. So this is somebody, you know, and it's something, I mean, if I'm going to get married, it's to her.
Wow.
That's simple as that.
This was all well and good, but then he showed up at Jennifer's workplace on her talk show. And when he sat on the couch, she brought up the topic of marriage. Common looked like a deer caught in headlights, and that man was scrambling and scuffling just to get the right words out.
You've been even out there talking about marriage, Karen. What's that about? I mean, I just happened to notice that.
I was asked about marriage.
Yes.
And I just answered honestly. I said, you know what? You told me a quote that your mother said, "A man knows what he wants." And I was saying my true feelings about, listen, Jennifer is the person, if I should be married, it will be to Jennifer Kate Hudson. I was just being honest.
See, did y'all catch that? Now, he didn't say when he gets married. He didn't say, "I want to get married." He didn't say, "I want to marry Jennifer." Let's run the tape back one more time.
Wow.
That's simple as that.
And I see.
And this is why, ladies, we need to pay more attention to the words that are coming out of these men's mouths. And if you look back at his dating history, Common is saying straight up to Jennifer's face that he is not going to marry her. It's simple. Common ain't the marrying kind. He loves being in love and having the attention of a successful and influential woman who pours into him and fills up his cup. But when it comes to standing 10 toes down, sealing the deal, and actually, legitimately, legally committing, that is where he draws a line and he calls it a day. When he broke up with Angela Rye, which was his messiest relationship, Common talked about going to therapy to figure out why he kept falling back into the same poor dating patterns for every relationship.
It's like, oh man, that's interfering with my work. That's, like, this is, relationships ain't good for me. I don't make my best albums when I'm in a relationship.
Okay, you one of those. It's not you, it's me type nigga.
Child, even Michelle Obama stepped in to give Common some great advice. Quote, you're not gonna get anybody perfect because you're not perfect. There's some things that you will compromise in choosing that partner, but as long as the core values that person marks off on that list, you're good, end quote. At this ripe age, Common is still trying to grasp what it means to be in a relationship and looking out for someone other than himself. And he isn't ready to look out for someone yet, even if he claims to love that person, like he does love Jennifer Hudson. When he talked about his struggles dating in his book, he said that his therapist said that he has an avoidant attachment style. That means that when things start looking serious and the women in his life want something more than the I love yous and the flashy handbags, he starts running to the nearest exit. And I don't know when his work and therapy is gonna kick in, but it ain't today. Quote, every woman he's dated has said the same thing. He's serious in the beginning, then bounces when he realizes that he has to stand on that commitment. If Jennifer chooses to stay around, that's on her, end quote. And another, quote, this man said, if I get married. He don't want to get married. Girl, run, end quote. Quote, Common has dated everybody from Erykah Badu to Serena Williams, from Taraji P. Henson to Tiffany Haddish, and now Jennifer Hudson. He's an industry hoe, LOL. He's not your man. It's just your turn, end quote. Ooh, yikes. Some of y'all are really messy out here. Anyway, after Jennifer's whole messy scandal where she allegedly cheated on her fiance of 15 years, David Otunga, with Molly Music, Jennifer has pushed forward to rebuild her brand. And she's the perfect woman for Common to mess with. Common attaches himself to women who have access and status that can bring him into certain circles that he desires to be in to sustain his brand. Because he knows how being with these influential women polish up his image the same way that Beyonce softened up and upgraded Jay-Z's gangster image and made him more appealing to work with. What'd she say? She played her part but let him take the lead role. Alexa, play Upgrade You by Beyonce. But Common is smart enough to know that time is ticking and he's getting to that age when men are looking for either a nurse or a purse. And even though he ain't gonna get married, he's gonna keep holding on to Jennifer if she doesn't wise up and leave him. And maybe, just maybe, get married when he needs that critical care specialist by his side so he doesn't get lonely or need assistance bathing. That's all I'm saying. So do you guys think that Common might revert to his former name, Common Sense, and actually do an uncommon thing and walk down the aisle to the altar? Share your thoughts in the comment. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.